Good Tuesday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majeski back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with your Talking Live forecast update here on your October 21st, 2025. Well, you win some and you lose some, and boy, the models did a very bad job on this cold front moving through, a little more vigorous than what was advertised. We're getting some decent rains, not bad, falling through the area. Not going to amount a whole lot, but definitely a lot more coverage area than what we were seeing on the models yesterday afternoon. So we're going to give you an update on that. It looks like we're going to see things clear out. Some chilly temperatures going into Thursday morning, and then a little bit of a complicated forecast going into early next week. Now, before we get going on this full report, if you're watching over on the Facebook page, please hit a like and follow over here and become a member here on the Talking Live broadcast channel. And if you're watching over on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future updates. Let's go take a live look there in Chattanooga. Yep, we got some wet roads and some rain falling across Chattanooga here for this afternoon as that front is moving on through the area here for this afternoon. And we are seeing some cloudy skies up across North Georgia as well. So a few showers will be tracking in there through the late afternoon and into the early evening hours. Here's a look at that radar again as you kind of see that kind of moving on through. Let me go ahead and put this into motion for you here as you can kind of see the rain pushing on through the area pretty quickly here. So you guys here across North Georgia are going to be getting in on some of the rain action. Not going to amount a whole lot here. And we've even had a few rumbles of thunder with this. But again, just some of you are going to get wet. Some of you may not. But definitely a little more kick with this front than what was being advertised yesterday. All right, so looking at your satellite picture, again, we got the clouds increasing. You'll see the clearing probably before the sun sets tonight, especially there in Chattanooga. You see a very sharp dividing line behind that front. And you can see how the rain has cooled things down a little bit. For example, 61 there in Huntsville right now, but behind the front, it's in the low 70s in Memphis. So we got sunshine there, and we got this. So once this thing moves on through, we're going to have some pretty nice weather. I think the coolest night's going to be on Thursday as we're going to have high pressure sitting right on top of us there to kind of give us some exceptional radiational cooling. Now, quick look out at the tropics. We did get Melissa to form here for today. This was to be expected. Still undergoing a little bit of wind shear over the top on this. So top wind sitting at about 50 miles per hour. Forecast to become a hurricane, but look, it's going to be stuck down there for a few days, folks. And we have to watch Melissa because once it gets picked up by the trough and gets kicked on out of the way, I think there's going to be a nice trough on the backside of this across the eastern third of the United States, and we may see some of the coldest air of the season. When I say cold, I'm talking about some places maybe getting their first freeze potentially going into early November. Notice this thing's going to be sticking down here right through Saturday. So it's going to take a little while for this thing to kick on out as we wait for a big trough that's going to drop down across the eastern third of the United States going in toward the middle of next week. So we got a long way to watch this system here for a little while. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at that model data here as we kind of watch this little rain we got here kind of getting on out of the way. So let me pull that up for you here real quick. As you kind of see this, there it goes, kind of pushing on through. Again, that's a lot more activity than what was being shown yesterday when we were looking at this exact same model. So a little more punch to this system come on through. Once it does, we're going to have some great weather. Maybe a little bit of a breeze for tomorrow, a little less on Thursday, and I think the weekend's not looking all that bad, although we might have to deal with some more clouds on Sunday. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at your forecast maps here. Again, we'll watch the little timestamp there on top as I kind of drag this on through the time period here. As we go ahead and go into your Wednesday morning, here's that high pressure building in from the west, looking very nice indeed. Thursday morning, we got high pressure basically sitting right on top of Chattanooga, sitting right there. So that's going to be a nice cool start to the day on your Thursday. We'll see some 30s around, and then we'll see the high pressure holding on into Friday. Saturday looking okay. I think Saturday's probably the better of the 2 days. And then Sunday, you notice the green coming at us here, some clouds coming back at us here on Sunday. So a bit of a 50-50 weekend once again, although I don't expect as much rain with this on Sunday and Monday. The European model's taking this little disturbance rolling out of Texas that's rolling our way. It's a little more vigorous. So I'm going to need a couple more model runs on this to see if we get a little more rain than what's being advertised right now. Right now it doesn't look all that impressive. And then looking at Tuesday next week, this one we're going to be watching some energy from here, kind of diving down to the south, and it looks like a cutoff low will try to form down here toward the south and keep us a bit unsettled going into the middle of next week. So we got some question marks on this forecast. I think we're good for the next 4 days, but after that, we got a lot of cards to kind of watch there as we go into next week. All right, so let's look at your forecast here as we go in for this afternoon. We're looking at a perfect fall day, 68 and 44 for your Wednesday. Looking very nice indeed, not bad at all. Looking at your North Georgia forecast here and across East Tennessee, overnight lows tonight, mostly in the low 40s, some upper 30s here and there under clear skies. Daytime highs mostly in the 60s once again, low to mid 60s in the mountains, upper 60s for everybody else. A bit of a west wind at 5 to 15. Region looking like this: 69 in Nashville, 73 in Memphis, 77 in Columbus, 80 in Mobile, and 78 in Savannah. Look at all that sunshine across the southeast. And the rest of the 7-day forecast looking like this. Again, we're going to be in the low 70s on Thursday. Notice 42 for a low there in Chattanooga. Again, we'll see some 30s around some locations going into Thursday morning. I got the Friday looking sunny, getting some increasing clouds on Saturday, 72-50. A chance of rain on Sunday. Those rain chances on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday are subject to change, by the way, but we are going to bring temperatures in the 60s. Overnight lows generally in the 50s as we go into next week. So that's your forecast. Looking pretty good next 3 days. So that's not bad at all for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And Saturday's looking good. Beyond 4 days, though, we got a couple of question marks for next week's forecast. So we're going to fine tune that as we get a little bit closer. All right, I appreciate you guys checking out the Talking Live broadcast channel. Again, if you are not a follower here on Facebook, please give us a like and follow. And over on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future updates. All right, that's it for now. You guys take it easy, be good, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. You guys have a great, safe day. Bye-bye.